Prince Sports here. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Alright, I want to talk about one from Queens, New York. He shares the same brother with me. Stephen A. Smith. Okay, he said Kobe Bryant legacy will never be touched. Nowhere. It's greater than LeBron James, and I guess he was throwing jabs at, I wouldn't say jabs, but I guess he was putting it on the same par with Michael Jordan. I don't think Kobe's legacy is on the same level with Michael Jordan. I had to disagree with Stephen A. Smith like that, mainly because if you ask 9 out of 10 people, they would tell you they think Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. I always told you, whenever you have the GOAT talk, it's objective, right? But there's always going to be one person that's favored over everybody else. And that guy that's favored over everybody else is Mike. I think Mike's legacy is untouchable. It's untouchable everywhere. I think nobody could touch that. And Kobe is a more debatable legacy with LeBron. And that's why I like comparing those two a little more. But I did, just for kicks, and went around asking people before, who do you respect more? Who you think got the better legacy? And 9 out of 10 people outside, when I talk to them, they keep telling me they like Kobe Bryant legacy better. So, that's the facts of the situation. I think people in the media tend to like LeBron James more than they like Kobe. But I think people outside the media, the general public, they like Kobe a little more for some reason. And I think there's a huge majority of people that think Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James. For me, they both intertwine a lot. They got LeBron has some things that over Kobe. Kobe has some things over LeBron. And I think the fact that LeBron has the argument with the longevity, he definitely has that. But I think people respect and appreciate Kobe's legacy a little more. This is a fact. This is just based off going around asking people. I didn't put a gun to nobody's head and tell them to like this guy or like that guy. They told me their honest opinion. And yeah, man, I guess it's from the simple fact that the narrative around Kobe Bryant is, he didn't back down. He took every challenge, and he always left it on the line. Rather he win or lose, he gave you everything that he had, every single moment. That's the narrative around Kobe Bryant. The narrative around LeBron James is he coasts sometimes, and he doesn't always give you full effort. You can watch these past playoffs to see that. There are moments that LeBron James, you wish that he could do something a little different, and particularly put his foot on their neck. And I always be like, yo, what are you doing? It's sometimes when LeBron is cooking and he's like killing everybody throughout the whole game. They come in fourth quarter, he goes into passive mode. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing, dog? You cooking these fools. You got 30 points or whatever. You could go for 40, 50. Just put your foot on their neck and put these people out of their misery. And he doesn't do it all the time. You got to almost beg him to do it. And I think that's the difference. The difference in that state of mind. But, when you think of legacies, there's a lot of guys that are completely forgotten. Like, people don't talk about Kareem at all. And I think it's because Kareem is mainly from the 80s. And people like really debating guys from the 90s and up. One day, and the only reason why they like debating guys from the 90s and up is because Michael Jordan was around. That's the main reason why. But there's no legacy like Michael Jordan's. I don't think that will ever be touched. He did so much in a little span of time. Only 13 years with the Bulls, but to be that dominant is in the class of his own. It's something that we never seen before, and that is something that we appreciate. LeBron James has a longevity over both Kobe and Jordan, but his reign of dominance is a little different. He's always been in the top 5. You could pick that, but there's been seasons that you could sit there and say, oh, he wasn't the best player in the world. I think that's the difference. Prince Sports out. Peace.